Welcome back to the Sports Edge Podcast and host Commissioner Dan Stanzik. A pleasure to be joined by two-time SEFFL champion Justin the Guru Eisner. Guru, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, feeling good. I was able to prepare for this one, so I feel great. Back to just you and me. We've had some guests the last couple of weeks, so OG crew here. Let's go.
I know. Sometimes I feel like we're better when we're not prepared, so it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Good point.
Sometimes a little more off the cuff.
My best one would be more articulate that I didn't even look at this.
I try to make sure you have to do minimal work here, but we'll dive right into the Week 6 recap. Starting with Hunter, I didn't even know her. Pounded the McConkey off my back 158 to 107. The first time Hath has lost by 50 plus since 2021. We know Zans owns Hath in that matchup. Zans was led by the three-headed monster of George Pickens, Rico Dowdle, and Cam Scadaboo. Let me say that one more time here. The three-headed monster of George Pickens, Rico Dowdle, and Cam Scadaboo. Do you know how ridiculous that would have sounded if we said that at the beginning of the season? I mean, Pickens is like the clear guy we knew heading into the season that could do well. He didn't have 27 plus in any games last season, and he's done it twice now for Zans. So, huge win for Zans. He moves to the top of the standings. He is the current 1 seed. Hath drops to 2nd. So, Guru, I'll ask you, would you take those two or the field to win the title this season?
So my general rule of thumb on these things is to always take the field. So like I'm leaning that way, but man, when I look at it, I don't feel good about it. I don't see it. We'll get to a little bit more about why in a minute. But I don't feel good about it. So I always take the field, but I don't know who it would be. I don't know. So I'm
also taking the field here. I mean, you got some talented teams that aren't Zans and aren't Hath. I mean, we don't want to give any credit to Curtis, but he's got a wagon of a team. Walsh has a very good team. You and we're in the mix here, so there's other teams out there. There's other teams out there that have a chance to win. It's early too. I mean, at this point last year, I think Hath was like 1-5, 2-4, and he rallied to win the title. So
and the best we know this. The best teams don't always win when you get to those in playoffs, right? So like it's you take the field. You take the field when you get the field. That's
always take the field. You're learning. I'm proud of you. You take the field.
Yeah.
Matchup number 2, LC's essentially mercy ruled the thrill of the chase, 134 to 105. Steve's best player, even though he mockingly said he was on the block earlier today, his best player has been Jackson Smith and Jigba. And Guru, something dawned on me this week, and I fear that the next generation of athletes, they're going to be riddled with hyphenated last names as divorce rates continue to rise across the country. Who are some of the best athletes? Like, I think it's a modern thing. Who can you think of, like anyone from the past, great athletes with hyphenated names? You get anybody?
I've got a lot. Yeah.
Let me hear them. Maybe I'm off on my hypothesis then.
The prompt took a real negative turn in the middle of that prompt, by the way. I was like, oh, good idea. Like, who had the most, these athletes with great hyphenated names? Because the divorce rates are going up. I was like, can we just have left it at the.
I could have said the rise of feminism too, honestly.
That's true. All right. Well, speaking of feminism, let's go there because I think the 3 most obvious answers to this are all women.
What's funny is I only have men written down, and as you're saying this, I'm hearing the name Jackie Joyner-Kersee in my head.
Jackie Joyner-Kersee, one of the 3. Do you want to try to get the other 2 that I've got right off
the bat? It's all women.
One of them's another runner. I'll give you a hint.
I was saying, give me the sport here. I'm not getting that one.
Okay.
What's the other sport?
So Flojo is Florence.
Florence Griffith-Joyner. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
That's number 2. Well, these aren't in any order, but the third one. When the Olympics come around, the Summer Olympics, one of my favorites is beach volleyball. So I went Misty May Trainer. One of my favorites.
She has a porn name, Misty May Trainer. I mean, come on.
Okay.
And I would say she is relatively recent. I mean, she's older than the athletes I'm thinking of today, so I will count that one. But maybe she was like an early adopter of this new trend that has dawned upon me. Like the names I came up with. And if you have more, feel free to throw them out.
I do, but let's get some of yours. See if we got some.
So my names are all pretty recent. I'm going to try to go oldest to newest.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. And then these ones are all the rest of them are all still playing. I have 2 in the NBA, Karl Anthony Towns. Let's go Knicks.
Yep.
The reigning NBA MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. In the NFL, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Bill. And then in baseball, Pete Crow Armstrong. I recently found out his mom was an actress, and I think she was the mom in a baseball movie. I want to say it was like Little Big League or one of those.
Okay.
Someone told me that. But
All right.
so
I got
those are all young guys, relatively young, and they all have the hyphenated names. And
Yeah.
obviously, Jackson Smith and Jigba was the genesis of this question.
Yeah. So we'll give you a couple hockey ones because you didn't go hockey.
Of course
You've
not.
got a lot of those, right? So we got Marc-Andre Fleury,
Oh, okay. Goalie.
goalie, very
Look
good.
at me.
Well, 3-time Stanley Cup champ. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is another one.
Never
Hockey,
heard of him.
Probably not going to get that one.
Nope.
Let's go back to football. I had Clinton Dix.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yes.
Clinton Dix.
Yes.
Baseball, Shin-Soo Choo. Remember Shin-Soo?
I do. Is that do you think that was a result of a hyphenated name, or is that just like a Japanese translation issue?
Shin-Soo. I don't know. I have no idea if there's a translation situation, but that was there.
Okay.
I didn't know. I don't know if you know this. You remember C.J. Gardner?
C.J. Gardner Johnson in the NFL.
Yes, I didn't realize. Yeah, I just remember C.J. Gardner. I didn't know
Yeah,
it was Dash
yeah.
Johnson, so he popped up.
Well, I mean, there's a defensive end, Josh Hines, who's now Josh Hines Ward. I mean, these are active players, so this lends credence to my trend that I've identified here. I think it's going to become more and more of the norm,
Maybe.
and I don't like it.
The last one was another one that I didn't know was a hyphenated name. Again, maybe not a sport you're watching, but Kylian Mbappe from soccer is actually Kylian Mbappe Lotin. I didn't know that popped up. So
Wow,
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, but that's an interesting one.
That is interesting. But yeah, a troubling trend. I would call it a troubling trend. I don't like it. I'm seeing it more and more. I'm not a fan. We move on. The third matchup, the Man Rockets. That's you. You guys fired a dud missile, but the Allen Bros couldn't get out of their own way, losing to you guys 97-58. Yikes. All right, Guru, trivia time. In the past 5 seasons, including this season, we have seen only 4 sub-60 outputs. Pete's 58.2 Everett this week is one of them. Yeah. So there are 3 more, and these 3 are all sub-50.
Yeah.
Which managers are responsible for this dreck?
Hoban.
Hoban in 24, yes, is one of them.
I feel like it might have been me.
It is not you.
Oh, okay. Kess.
It is not Kess.
All right, I'm off. Robbie.
Also not Robbie.
All right, I got nothing. That's a loss for me. Early trivia loss.
I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, I had a good season.
Dwyer in 2021 had like a 38-point outing.
Yeah, of course. I was thinking current managers.
I thought for sure you would get that. And then the reason we are doing this as a trivia question is because the last one remaining is Pete Allen. Happened to him in 2021. Yeah, he had like a 43-point effort in 2021.
I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought of Dwyer if in my head I wasn't thinking current managers. That would have been an easy one. But yeah, okay.
So in the past 5 seasons, 2 of the 4 lowest outputs, Pete Allen.
That's pretty incredible considering his record. And
I know. Fire sale going on there potentially, although he is very difficult to trade with. So we will see if he can get anything across the board there. We move on. The Honey Bijan Badgers, they bested Bowers Castle 115-106. As far as Hoban's team's concerned, Ashton Genty ripped off 3 straight double-digit outputs. Appears to be the prince that was promised here. Good for Hoban. That said, knowing what you know now, Guru, we're going to do a redraft of a draft we just did mere 2 months ago.
Yep.
Knowing what you know now, how would you redraft the top 10 picks of this year? And of course, you don't have to keep it to the 10 that were selected. I will run through how those 10 went just so our audience is aware. Ashton Genty went 1, Omarion Hampton went 2, Travion Henderson went 3, Tet McMillan 4, Emeka Ibuka 5, Travis Hunter 6, RJ Harvey 7, Matthew Golden 8, Caleb Johnson 9, Tyler Warren 10. Guru, who you got? You can go 1 to 10. Probably is the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. I'm curious to hear yours, too. This was, by the way,
I have mine. I'm ready.
It was interesting. I'm sticking with Genty at 1. I think he's coming around. And like you said, if he is the prince that's promised, I think you still, as a running back, you still got to go Genty. I think I would still take him today if we redrafted.
Yeah, I mean, because you're still doing some projection. There's still rookies here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't just go off the first 5 weeks. You got to be like, right. Who am I taking? I think he's showing enough.
I think enough has changed to warrant the question. But some, like Genty I think Genty is still the clear number 1.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2 for me would be Scatabo. I would go Ken
Wow.
Scatabo. Yeah, I think I like going running back in these situations because you never know when you're going to get one. He seems to be the clear guy. He's getting a ton of points. Like, I think it's him. I'm going Scatterbo too.
So again, this is like projecting going forward.
Yes.
You would take him because he has assumed the mantle as the Giants running back. Okay,
I
I
think
have him
so.
going 7, but continue.
Okay. I think so. That's my number 2. Number 3, I went Emeka Egbuka.
Okay, Pete took him 5. I thought it was early. I have a Egbuka 3.
3, yeah. So I've got Egbuka. I mean, he's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, like the 5th or 6th top receiver so far, and obviously he's a rookie and he's in a good offense, and I think those other receivers are aging out, so I feel like he's going to be the guy there for a while. So I like him at 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 4, I went with Omarion Hampton. I know he's hurt.
Yep.
Again, projecting out, I think he's definitely the guy there. Trusting the scheme. We know Harbaugh's going to run, so I like Hampton. I like Hampton at, what is that?
At 4. Good.
Yep. Okay. I went Ted McMillan next.
5. Excellent.
5. I think, still, he looks good. He's not
2 touchdowns this week.
Yeah, he's not Egbuka right now, but I think that's clearly there. Receiver for sure. All right. 6, I went Judkins. I went Crenshaw Judkins.
Very good.
He was suspended for 2 games, so he's a little lower on the point total, but again, projecting out, seems like the guy there. Seems good. Seems like the guy.
Yeah, you got a pretty decent top 10 working right now. I think Scatterbo is a little too high, but so far I think we got a very similar list.
Maybe you're being negative as a Giants fan. I'm looking at it from the outside. All right, I got JCM next. I got JCM.
Okay, Bill.
He seems to be the guy there.
Isn't that annoying? You have to throw out little monikers like JCM out there. We got to call Smith and Jigman JSN. Just pick one last name and stick with it. Okay.
Yeah. Well, this goes back to the whole situation, but it's too long. Yeah. All right. So I got him there, and then at 8, I've got Tyler Warren.
Yep.
You guy who you took. I got him at 8. I mean, he's clearly a starting tight end, and those don't grow on trees right now. So we got
clearly a top 5 tight end. But yeah.
I'm curious to this one. This one I feel like might be the most controversial pick.
I will say this to you right now before we go to my list, and I will do mine in a much, much faster fashion. We have the same top 8, different order, but same top 8.
All right. 9, I went Rico Dowdle.
Wow, you went for a non-rookie. Interesting.
I did. Obviously, there's points that he's put up already.
Yeah.
You've got to figure, though, like, I don't know, Chuba Hubbard's not a world beater. When he comes back, what's going to happen? Like, I could see potentially Dowdle just outperforming him and maybe being the guy for the rest of the year, or more of the guy, 1A to 1B kind of thing. So I got to tell you, it got thin at this point for me. I don't know how you felt.
So it definitely gets thin, but I kept mine to like a similar projection in thinking like, hey, they're still only, if you went for just rookies, which I did, they've only played 6 games, sometimes 5 if they've had a bye. So I still went for the high upside rookies as opposed to a journeyman running back like Rico Dowdle, despite how great he's been the past 2 weeks.
So that was my only non-rookie. I'm rounding it out with Matthew Golden.
There you go. Okay. Very good. We had 9 of the 10. Okay. I went in this order. Genty 1, Hampton I still have as 2, Egbuka 3, Ted McMillan 4. I had Tyler Warren 5 because I think he's a top 3 tight end, and those, like you said, are hard to come by. I had Judkins at 6, Scatterbo at 7, Krosky Merritt at 8. I had Golden at 9, and then perhaps because I drafted him, I have Travion Henderson still at 10. But I had to force him in there. Good exercise. Well done by you. Good top 10. Good top 10. Last game to recap here, the Stanzics. They beat their former radio co-host Robbie and Gibbsy Moore 128-104. That is 4 straight defeats for Robbie. And those 4 straight defeats, Guru, came after you told everyone how much you liked his team. So we have to shake things up. In previous podcasts, we talked about how it's our least favorite team name. So let's work on a new team name for him. I told you to come up with like 4 or 5 new team names for him. I have a whole bunch. Let me hear them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first 2 right off the bat, you alluded to it already, was I had to go with something anti-us and anti-me because we've clearly driven him down the wrong path. So my first team name is Get Lost Guru.
Oh, okay.
Team name 1. I'll give you team name 2, and then I'll let you go. I went Podcast Cursed. Podcast Cursed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. See, I went kind of like what he did. He played off of Jahmyr Gibbs. So my first batch of names are all based on players that are on his team, and I think will be on his team for the foreseeable future. And then I have a couple that are just based on his profession. So I'll just rip through these. If you have more at the end, we can get back to yours.
Great.
The first one I have is the Tet Offensive. Little reference to the Vietnam War there. Tet McMillan. I also have the King Tets, like King Tut.
Okay.
Roma Dunze, we have When in Rome.
Yeah.
We have the Roman Empire, and we have the Times New Romans.
Okay. Well, let me give you I have a Rome one too. And
Okay,
then,
what do you got?
so I went Rome, Sweet Rome.
Ooh, very good.
That was my Roma Dunze one. But keep going because I've got two others
Okay.
for another play you haven't gotten
Okay,
yet.
so I then I have this one's a bit of a stretch, but then I shortened it for another one. So I have looking for a chip and Wandale, or just the chip and Wandales.
The Chip and Wandales I like.
And then I also have the last one that's player related is based on Lamar. I have the Samuel L. Jacksons.
That's pretty good too. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. So my other two, I went for what might turn his season around. Who do we have to put all the stock in? It might be
Rasheed Rice. Oh yeah.
Rasheed Rice. So I had Rice Baby
Okay.
as one of them.
okay.
And then I think my principal favorite of the full
Okay.
list is that's what Rasheed said.
Oh, excellent.
That's my favorite, I think.
That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah.
The last two I have are just based on the fact that Robbie is a lawyer. I have the shadow docket and I have the billable hours. So Robbie, if you're listening, and who knows if you are, let's update the team name. Let's change the juju here. 4 straight losses after the Guru.
By the way, you can't take the $100 fab budget with you next year, so maybe spend $1.
I actually went back. I was going to base a question on that. He did use some fab budget last year, but like, why would he not have used any this year to this point? I think it was late in the season when he used it last year too, and I don't think it's a philosophical thing. I think it's just like he's not as invested as he should be early in the season.
I know.
Not great. He's missed the playoffs 4 years in a row. In case,
if the
wondering.
podcast was a little more entertaining, he might have been paying attention.
I know. I mean, he had a great appearance last year. Maybe we just have to have him back on and give this advice to him on the podcast. Maybe that's what we're missing.
Maybe.
I don't know. We cursed him last year too, so who knows? All right, let's go to a fill in the blank segment. We haven't done fill in the blank yet this year. As you know, they're all the same. We got a couple fantasy ones, a couple off the board ones. The most overrated team in the league right now is blank.
Steve.
I think that was the obvious answer. I said the Man Rockets. That's your team. You guys are nine.
Okay, I'm joking, right? Like, I mean,
you're not, because that was the right answer. But I said you because I figured you'd say Steve.
He's 4-2. He's under 700 scored and he's under 700 against, right? So, that's an obvious answer. The only reason I would have probably picked me too, but everyone else is 3-3 or below. So it's like, how can you be overrated when you don't have a good record? At least Steve had the 4-2 record and had the low score against. I kind of just wanted to say Steve and not answer after that, but that was my thought process.
I have you because you're 9th in scoring and you're currently in the playoffs. So that's why I had you. But Steve's another very good answer. The most underrated team in the league right now is blank.
Yeah. I said you guys. I said the Zix. Just based on talent alone and some of the point totals you're putting up and, score over 700, only have 2 wins. I like the Zix most underrated right now.
It's a good answer. I got the Honey Bijan Badgers. They are first in scoring. Bijan Robinson lighting up the league. Jake Ferguson, tight end. I don't think we talk about Walsh as a title favorite enough.
Yeah.
I think we just think of the 16 keepers and kind of keep it moving. We're like, all right, great. Walsh won or he lost. He's got to get, Garrett Wilson being hurt kind of hurts right now for him, but leading the league in scoring, things haven't really gone his way, sitting at 3-3, but like, I think underrated. I think they're a little buy there if I'm forecasting some teams
against, to your point. Like,
right.
725 ton.
Yeah. So I think Walsh is a little bit of a sleeper there. All right. We're off the board now here. The most overrated food is blank.
Yeah. I don't know how everybody else feels about this. I feel like this is popping up. I don't know if this is a food. I'll have to see what you think. This is popping up at way too many restaurants and way too many dishes, but I had truffles.
Never had truffles, I don't think.
Okay. I mean, they're fine. I just think they're overrated because they're putting them in everything and they're super expensive. And I don't get it.
Could you explain to me what a truffle is?
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I know pigs find them. The pigs.
That's what I was going to say. I thought it was a pig related thing, but
they sniff it. They find, I guess it's a plant of some kind. It's apparently some of them are very expensive and you put them on all kinds of pasta dishes and
not for me.
And stuff. They're good. It's just like it skyrockets the price like $20 on the dish. I don't get it.
Not great. This one, it might be a bit controversial coming from me.
Yeah.
Not a steak guy. I have steak as the most overrated food.
You know what? I considered that, Stans. Like, believe it or not,
look at us.
I'd say steak, especially because like if you don't get a really good steak, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, and like my wife and I have steak one night a year, New Year's Eve, whatever. We just do it. We buy a steak, we cook it. That's it. One night a year. But like, I was never the type where it's like, hey, it's a bachelor party. Like, let's go to the steakhouse and like throw down 100+ for a steak dinner. Like, it's like manly and that's It's like a thing people think you should do, but it was never something I was like, oh, let's sit down and have a
Yeah.
great steak. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not old fashioned. I don't know. But
I
steak
don't know if we
just
talked about that, but
overrated.
similar topic, the most overrated part of a bachelor party is the expensive dinner out.
100%.
Don't need it.
100%.
Don't need
I
it.
know.
Spend it on
I know.
something else. Go get
Did you have
palm.
a bachelor party?
Sorry?
Did you have a bachelor party? If so, where?
Oh, I had a bachelor party.
Oh, do we have to get Dwyer back on and tell some stories?
You know what? We should. I would be curious to see if Dwyer would be willing to tell us.
Let's bookmark this.
There was a single bachelor party story from my bachelor party that probably shouldn't be told on the internet, because it
or in that house with your wife lurking around the corners
my
here.
wife knows the story.
Oh, she knows the story. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, it was in Vegas, and I had no choice in the matter. I was the first one to get married, and none of my friends had been to Vegas, and so I was basically told it's gonna be. I don't know that I would have picked Vegas.
Yeah.
That's where it was.
Did you guys do a fancy steak dinner?
We did. Now, it was a good dinner. The other funny story of that was, so I think the place is gone now. It was the steakhouse inside of the Palms. It was good.
Okay.
It was like 111. It was a number 112, 111, something like that. And one of my idiot friends from home, who was like just completely classless, ordered a steak well done, and I apologized.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Rough. That's rough. Okay. All
All
right. Coming to your podcast feed soon, or your YouTube feed, I guess, because we don't put this out in an audio form. Bill Dwyer with stories from the Guru's.
We
bachelor
might have
party.
to blank the person's name out, but we can tell the story.
Sounds like it's a stag.
I can't confirm.
Can't confirm or deny. Okay, off the air. We'll talk about it later. All right. The last movie you saw in the theaters was blank.
So I think it was Sing 2.
Great movie, by the way. Probably one of the movies I've seen the most in the past 5 years, just because my kids like it. My wife and I kind of like it. Great movie.
Movies are great, and our kids at the time were obsessed with it. And the other funny story about that was, we were in one of those theaters. Now, I mean, maybe they're all like this. I don't go enough. You'll have to tell me. But it's like the big fancy seats. They're heated. They're reclined. You have to reserve them.
Mm-hmm.
We had the seats. Both of us fell asleep with our kids who were like kind of a little too young to just be like sleeping in the theater. Woke up to one of them had eaten like the entire box of Sour Patch Kids and ended up like throwing up Sour Patch Kids later that night because he was unsupervised.
Yeah.
Because he crashed.
Mom and Dad just needed a nap, though. I get it.
I fall asleep at those things.
This is going to be embarrassing for someone that used to produce a movie podcast and covered the Oscars for ESPN. I have not seen a movie in theaters since Oppenheimer. I think that was like 2 Augusts ago. Like, I think since the pandemic, I think I've seen 2 movies in the theaters. I mean, this is obviously a result of having young kids, but I've seen Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
And I saw Oppenheimer. And I think that's been it. Like,
I've seen both of them, just not in the theater, but I did see both of them. Good. Both of them were good.
I know. Maybe once the kids get a little older, we'll start bringing them. Who knows?
Yeah.
I thought Moana 2 was going to be the one that got my daughter in the theaters. That didn't happen. We've obviously seen it a million times now. Disney Plus. Holla at your boy. Last fill in the blank for you. Your go-to fast food restaurant is blank.
Yeah, I mean, I'm older and quite a bit healthier, so I'm not doing much fast food. So I don't know if you would even count this, but I would say the answer for me right now is Chipotle.
I like it, and I would count it. It's not. There is a drive-through at the Chipotle closest to my house, so I'm going to count it for you because your Chipotle may not have a drive-through. It's a little.
My Chipotle is the first Chipotle
ever. Fun fact, didn't know.
Yeah, the one that I go to, the closest.
Wow.
There's 2 that are pretty equidistant, but one's a little easier to get to. The one that's a little easier to get to that I go to is the original Chipotle.
That's amazing. Look at this.
If you go to any Chipotle, you can check. They have a picture of this Chipotle. All the Chipotles have a picture of the original, and it is a picture of the one that I go to, so you can look at it next time you're in there.
This is the kind of information you get in this podcast that is ostensibly about fantasy football, and now you found out that the first ever Chipotle was in Denver, Colorado, and that you frequented it often. I love Chipotle. I would say it's more convenience food than fast food, but I'm counting it for you, especially because that story was amazing.
Okay.
My family, my wife specifically, and our kids, we are like a McDonald's family. Okay. But for me, if it was up to me, and our family's kind of going this way a little bit too, Chick-fil-A, high on the list.
I wrote in parentheses, for breakfast, it's Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah.
We are a
good.
once a week breakfast at Chick-fil-A family.
And fun fact about Chick-fil-A, I had a buddy who I used to work with at ESPN. He left ESPN, went to wherever the hell, St. Louis. Then he's back and he's in Boston now. But he was always like a hefty guy. He was like 300 plus, and he lost, I think it was 190 pounds. And the secret to his weight loss, and I wish I was kidding, was Chipotle. or not Chipotle, excuse me, Chick-fil-A.
What
And
did you
there
go?
was like stories. He was like on Good Morning America or the Today Show, like talking about this. Like the story went viral, but he essentially got this salad at Chick-fil-A
Oh,
and had it at least once a day, and he'd get two on Saturday, so he could eat one on Sunday because they're not open on Sundays.
right.
And so his thought was like, if I have one meal a day that is like relatively healthy and not terribly junk foodish, like this will help in my weight loss. And that was like the secret to his nearly 200-pound weight loss, and he is pretty much kept it off. This story popped up like a year ago. He had this like crazy viral post on Facebook about his whole weight loss journey in Chipotle, or not Chipotle, in Chick-fil-A and all this. But
Yeah.
look it up. The kid that lost 190 pounds, I think it was, on Chick-fil-A. We
Okay.
move on. Week 7 preview. Meaty episode here.
Yep.
Pun intended. Sal Chacha Memorial All-Stars. They take on Hunter. I don't even know her. We may have done this question before, but I have a reason for doing it. It's a matchup of high school classmates. John F. Kennedy Catholic. They both went there. So did Robbie. Who, Guru, is the most famous person from your high school? Again, we may have done it, but I want to hear it. I've forgotten it if you've already told me.
No, I don't know that we have one. In fact, I actually meant to just chat GPT this to see if anything came
Okay,
up.
I will filibuster for you.
Go ahead.
According to Wikipedia, the most famous alum from Kennedy Catholic, where Cass, Robbie, and Zans all went, is someone named Gary Gill Hill, not to be confused with the Jogue second floor alum Bill Hill. But this Gary Gill Hill apparently was a 6th round pick of the Tampa Bay Rays in 2022. Was disappointed / surprised to see that former Providence point guard Donnie McGrath was not mentioned. And I will just continue filibustering because for my high school, I didn't even look it up. But the reason we're doing this question is because Brewers manager Pat Murphy went to my high school, Christian Brothers Academy in Syracuse, New York. So he is very much in the news, managing in the NLCS. He's a media darling. He was the manager that was eating pancakes out of his pocket earlier in the season. I don't know if you guys saw that story, but he went to my high school. So that's the reason we're doing this question.
So I have actually an amazing answer that I didn't know about. So one of them did spark. I did remember there was a guy, Carl Bud Anderson, who was a Major League Baseball pitcher, and I think the field or something was named after him. So forgot about that. That makes sense. This is an amazing answer. Chuck D, the rapper and leader of Public Enemy, went to my high school.
Get out of here.
No idea.
Look at this. You're learning things about your own high school in this podcast.
Class
These
of
questions I'm making.
WT, Clark High School, West Bergen, New York. Chuck D, the leader of Public Enemy. I can't believe it.
That's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
Good for you.
It looks like we had 1, 2, 3. 3 of the guys on this list were all Major League Baseball players. So
nice.
Which makes sense.
Right. Little hotbed. Long Island. Little hotbed there.
Long Island.
The McConkey off my back is taking on Gibbsy Moore. Guru, is Robbie going to stop the bleeding? He's got 4 straight losses here. That's a no.
No.
You're the biggest Robbie backer in this league, and it's a no. But we changed the name, we mix things up. Maybe he's got a chance. I don't know, but I don't like his odds either. I think we're going to 5 in a row.
Yeah.
I think he's lost 9 in a row. It's his record high back in like 2012. If my Excel document is up to date. The Allen Bros against the Honey Bijan Badgers. Over under 100 points for Pete this week without Josh Allen, who is off on his bye.
Well, his projection is at 86, but he has Kittle in, so I don't know if he knows something we don't.
Well, I saw that today. It says Kittle is practicing, but I think that is like returning from IR. You get a 21-day window, so I don't know if Kittle is going to be playing. Right. So he may have to update that.
I think I'm going to say under.
I'm going under 2. Not looking good for Pete here. 2 and 4. He's doing the smart thing though, and putting those names out there in the trade block. We'll see if he catches anything coming his way. Bowers Castle 2 and 4. They're taking on you guys. The Gurus, Man Rockets 3 and 3. I've asked you this a couple times so far. Do you regret not trading for Patrick Mahomes this offseason? You and Hoban both could have had him.
I know. I mean, obviously,
you went for Bo Nix instead.
The obvious answer is yes, because he's playing a lot better than my quarterbacks. But
he's back.
I think the logic was sound, but maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I hate regrets. I don't like regrets.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right, last one here.
Yeah.
We're ending on a sour note, unfortunately, but it's the Stanzics taking on the Thrill of the Chase. Steve already beat you week 1 this year.
Yeah.
What do we do if he wipes the floor with both of us?
I think maybe we just don't talk about it next week.
Just say the score and move on, or
if we just skip that matchup and just don't talk about it.
Okay, I like it. Silence.
That's
Silence. Don't acknowledge his success.
I don't know what else we do besides
I mean,
that.
we've already had him on the podcast. We
Yeah.
already tried to jinx him with the podcast curse.
I mean, it kind of worked, right? Didn't he lose the game after that?
I think so.
I think he did. So yeah,
Or
maybe
he lost this week. So yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's just
Okay.
that's half the way Steve run is really bothersome.
I know. We gotta turn some things around here. But good pod, good week 6 pod. Guru, thank you as always for doing this. A lot of prep went into this one, guys. Meaty episode.
We did a lot of prep.
We will be back next week. Who knows if someone will be joining us? Hopefully not Steve again. Good luck to everybody, especially not to Steve this week because he's playing my team. And thank you for watching. Tell your friends. Trying to get our listenership above 7.
That's what she said. Think about it.
See ya.